So some of you know about the shooting that happened in Colorado on, I guess it was yesterday. I believe yesterday sometimes. And right away, 2 days ago on Monday. Thank you, James. Monday. And right away, the liberals, the children of the lie, was hoping and praying, went down on bending knees, hoping that it was a white guy. They was like, oh, Lord, I hope it's a white guy. And then they found out it was an Allahu Akbar kind of a guy. And I kind of knew that because his name is weird. It's like an Allahu Akbar kind of a name. And so now they look stupid. But they don't care. They still want to go after the white man. This is from Heavy. Here's some facts according to Heavy on the Boulder, Colorado shooter. Number one, 21 years old. Ahmad Alisa. Isn't that like Allahu Akbar? They wanted to be a white man. Ahmad Alisa. Ahmad was born in Syria, not in the USA. Now, I know there are parts of the USA that look like Syria. Gary, Indiana, Chicago, South Central Los Angeles, Detroit, all over Minnesota, Minneapolis, those places look like Syria, but that's not the real deal. It just looked that way. It's still American. He was an outspoken Muslim. I rest my case. He would frequently write about being a victim of racism on social media. He ranted against Trump online. The great white hope. So they can't even blame this on Trump. They will, because they have no love in their heart. They're evil. They will try to blame it on Trump, but this guy ranted against the great white hope online. And his brother said that he was mentally disturbed and paranoid. Mentally disturbed and paranoid. It's interesting how the mind works. The mind can make you believe something that is not real, because the mind is of your father, the devil. Is very deceptive. I literally know people who are living in the darkness of their imagination, and they truly believe things that are not real. They believe that, I know people who believe that when they are traveling around town or from one state to another, they think that people are following them. No one is following, right? But they're convinced that someone is following them. Ahmad would constantly feel he was being followed, despite no sign of anyone doing it. Doing so, according to the brother. I know people like this. This is crazy. That's why God said, bring every thought into captivity. No thoughts are true. All thoughts are lies at all time. It's amazing, too, how the thought can make you see something that's not even there. I remember when I moved out here to L.A., and I started listening to the race hustlers and others for the first time, even after being raised on a plantation down in Alabama. I grew up under the Jim Crow laws, never heard anything about racism and slavery being an issue and all that, right? But once I moved out here as a young guy, I believed into the lie of the race hustlers, Jesse Jackson, the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, and other, Louis Farrakhan. I believed that racism existed. And, oh, boy, that didn't go well. And it wasn't until I started to question things. Well, if racism exists and white people are holding me back, Why is it that they're not holding Jesse Jackson and all the race hustlers back? Maxine Waters and others. They're black. They're black. Their children going to the best schools, and Jackson and others were married, Maxine, all them. But yeah, they're telling the blacks, oh, you've been held back. And there was no one pushing back on those lies, and the blacks believed it. And look at them now. Worse off than any other time in the history of America. They were better off under slavery, in all honesty. And Jim Crow. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. This guy Ahmad, and this is according to the brother, he described himself as very antisocial, and that his brother became that way after being bullied in school as a kid. Beta. Any male that complained about being bullied is a beta. Beta male. When I was growing up, there was no way I was going to be complaining about being bullied. We had to deal with it. Because if I had gone home and complained to anyone about, oh, I was bullied at school today, I would have got my butt whooped. Really. The world has changed. Men, y'all need to start standing up and stop acting like little girls. But this guy was complaining, I guess. He described him as very antisocial, and that his brother became that way after being bullied in the school as a kid. This is according to Ahmad's brother. He was very angry. The one thing that growing up, we knew it was wrong to be angry. For the first time in my life, once I moved to L.A., after a period of time, they started teaching anger is normal. And now the folks walk around angry, losing out on life, being controlled by the darkness of anger, which is of their daddy, Satan. But this guy, according to this report, very angry. A former classmate described Ahmad as someone who would lose his temper easily and would become a total different person. They say he was scary to be around. Oh, but I thought anger was nice. He got in trouble numerous of times in school for assaulting students, sometimes unprovoked. He asked his mother, Mama. He asked for his mother when he was taken into police custody. That was after the shooting that happened in Colorado. Mama, I want Mama. Didn't George Floyd was looking down, when the cop had his knee near his neck, and George Floyd was looking down into hell? Wasn't he looking at Mama or calling for Mama? Something like that. Mama, I want my mama. And so apparently this Ahmad was asking for mama too. A mama's love is so special. I want my mama. Amazing. And of course, the children of the lie, the Democratic Party, some of the rhinos, Republicans, of all the stuff that's happening, this guy been accused of doing there in Colorado. What do the Democrats do? Oh, we want to take your gun. We don't want you to be able to protect yourself. We're letting truckloads of illegals in. We don't know who they are. All the way from Brazil. All kind of folks coming in. They want to take your gun, but they're living behind gated fences. Matter of fact, they have a fence around the Capitol there in D.C. and the Army, National Guards or something. And they'll have bodyguards that are armed. But they don't want you to have a way of protecting yourself and your family, and y'all fall for it. Y'all vote for these people. You get what you deserve. Really, in life, you get what you deserve.
10 lives have been lost, and more families have been shattered by gun violence in the state of Colorado. And Jill and I are devastated. I don't need to wait another minute, let alone an hour, to take common sense steps that will save the lives in the future, and to urge my colleagues in the House and Senate to act. We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines in this country once again. It will save lives, American lives, and we have to act.
It's amazing how much control the government has over we the people now. And I noticed that in this administration, they're just pushing forward. They don't care what you think. They don't care what the Republicans think, because most of the Republican representatives agree with them anyway. They're just pushing forward. They don't care. Lo and behold, the son of Satan had to come out and say something. His daddy told him, go up and tell the people, okay, Daddy, the fallen Messiah, Barack Obama, Hussein Obama. This is from the New York Post. Obama released a statement saying that on the border Colorado shooting, saying on the border shooter, saying recent killing, this is Obama, recent killing are being driven by disaffection, racism, and misogyny. You know, whenever a man accuses another man of being a misogynist, you know that man, something wrong with that man. He sounds just like a woman, a liberal female at that. Obama, he loved this kind of stuff. It's because of Obama and Big Mama Michelle that we are divided as a race today more so than any other time in the history of America. What does disaffection mean? The fallen Messiah, Barack Obama, the loser. He said disaffection, racism, and misogyny. What does disaffection mean? I don't know what that means.
Like lack of compassion.
Like, what a beta.
Yeah.
I saw a thing, I don't know if it's true or not, but Michelle Obama, Big Mama Michelle said that she was tired of being around him while during the Chinese virus or something like that. It could be, you know, I don't believe a lot of this stuff I read online. It means to be resentful, especially against authority. That's what Nick is telling me. A dissatisfaction. I'll take your calls when I come back. It's a spiritual battle, folks. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the JLP Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.